Hey there, air signs. I hope you are doing great today. Thank you for joining me for another group session. So if you're Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, these messages will be for you. Now, friends, if you haven't been to a group session before, all good. Just understand not all messages will resonate. That is totally fine. Some of the messages might come through vice versa, okay? So please take the messages that resonate for you in the way that they resonate for you, okay? So if you need a private session, check me out at my website, please. KellyFergusonReadings.com. And of course, if you like these messages, please don't forget to support me so I can keep supporting you. Whether this is liking, sharing, subscribing, or just watching, I am so happy that you were with me. I hope these messages touch your heart. Now, friends, we've got a new year just around the corner. So I think it's time that we take a look at the goals for your new year, because so many people are really lost about what their path should be, what their focus should be, and not really sure what you're going to get. So that's what today's reading is going to be all about, what your new focus is going to be and how to help get yourself there. All right? So, air signs, please. Overall energies for 2021. Air signs, the new year, overall focus. Overall focus for our air signs, please. Whoa. Ooh, okay. This is a nice card. Stepping into stillness. Hang on, I have some cards that jumped on the floor, so let me just take a look at those two. Okay, yeah. Standing firm, making a difference, looking deeper, and then of course, like I said, stepping into stillness. My power is born in the majesty of silence. So, air signs, this is you really kind of coming to terms with all of the stuff that either hasn't worked and, things that you've been maybe struggling with. Excuse me. And you choosing to rise above, okay? I love this card because it's about really knowing that there's going to be challenges around you, but not showing up to every fight that you are invited to, okay? This is about you knowingly and willingly letting go of things that aren't working, kind of keeping to yourself for some things and trying new things as well, okay? This is really interesting that card comes out. And when we talk about your power being born in the majesty of silence, this is really also about going within, connecting to your inner self, okay? Some of us have been really forced to do that this year with a lot of the restrictions and a lot of the quarantine type stuff, okay? And so this very well might be continuing for some of you, at least in the mindset of keeping to yourself, because your inner strength here is so good. When you're not looking at all of the, the shit show going on around you, then you can really find strength and solitude from within. And sometimes when you kind of get rid of all of that nonsense in your peripheral and focus inwards, then everything becomes a lot more clear. And that's where your power comes from anyways, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, air signs. Let's take a look at a little bit more detail for you here. Air signs, please. Air signs. What are we looking at for 2021? Air signs. This is where we start. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's check this out. So, you really are looking to go within, to do things in a very different way. Some things you're going to be keeping and some things you're going to be saying goodbye to, including a lot of stress, including a lot of people that aren't supporting you. This is definitely showing up here, okay? All right, details. So what is the current situation for you? Stepping into stillness, but also the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about higher knowledge. This can also be about connecting with your inner self in order to gain stability, right? So the Hierophant is also very old school energy for me. It's about things that are based in culture, things that are based in tradition, okay? And this is about you keeping the traditions and the habits and the mindsets that actually work and support you, not the ones that are based on because you should, or because you have to, or you would be a good person if you did this, okay? Sorry, cat's all over the place. Get down, buddy. Come on. Thank you. Come on. Get down. This is not about, you know, doing things because this one says it'll be good or because, you know, this will make everybody happy. This is about you knowing what works for me and not continuing the habits or the mindsets of what the group wants you to believe, okay? There's a lot of higher learning going on here for you. So this is you really breaking apart and being an independent person and doing things your way, regardless of what other people say you have to do, okay? There are no have-tos here, okay? So long as you are doing things with good intention and you have love in your heart and you're not hurting anybody, air signs, go for it, okay? So your talents and skills as you move on here, okay? 4 of Swords, excellent. Put your sword down, don't fight. There's gonna be stress anytime you kind of align with yourself, especially when other people want you to do certain things this way or that way. Also with this stepping into stillness card, this might mean, excuse me, this might mean that you actually separate yourself from people that might have been in your life before, whether that means you're no longer best buddies or whether or not this means you actually stop talking to them altogether because it's old news type stuff. This is you choosing to create peace and stability for yourself in your mind, in your thoughts, not rehashing this old stuff. Also not feeling guilty for not carrying on habits or traditions that others want you to that aren't working for you, okay? This is excellent. Because like I've said in some other readings, when you know what you don't want, it helps you have clarity on what you do want, okay? So don't fight it anymore. Just move forward gracefully for what is right for you, right? Then, pitfalls and challenges, okay? This card seems like an interesting one for a pitfall or a challenge. 9 of Pentacles. Now, sometimes when you stand on your own and you demonstrate that you're not gonna do things and beat the same old drum and you find success and happiness anyways, they might be jealous, right? Stand in your own power, air signs. If other people can't take the heat, let them get out of the kitchen or don't show up to the fight, right? Right. So sometimes being successful can be a challenge because it forces you to be on your own, but that's okay, air signs. You can totally do this, especially when you look at this card. Check out the bird on her hand. Air element for sure. Birds, wingeds, okay? So you don't feel bad. Don't feel that you need to sit in the same place with other people just because they aren't taking the same steps to improve their own personal situation, okay? Sometimes this isn't even about talking about it. Sometimes this is just about you going and doing your thing, standing in your own power and, you know, not looking back. It's good to support people who aren't necessarily, you know, having a good time or maybe they're struggling or stuff like that, but it doesn't mean you need to hold their hand in their own pity party. It is time to let go of all of that, okay? There's a lot of stuff showing up for me where this Hierophant is concerned of people wanting you to do things their way. All done, okay? So moving forward, support, okay? This is a really important card for you. 3 of Swords in reverse. Isn't it interesting that I have the 4 of Swords and the 3 of Swords coming up in this spread? This is talking about evolution for you, okay? Evolution of the mind, evolution of not being hung up on other people's past opinions of you, okay? You might experience some heartbreak, meaning you might be saying goodbye to people. There might have been people who weren't supporting you, and there's kind of a bit of a flavor here, okay, of you going off on your own. And it doesn't mean you're going to be alone, but it means separating yourself from the heartbreak, separating yourself from the people who don't want to do the work, separating yourself from the people who are jealous because you are doing the work. It's time to let it all go. It really is. Your best support is you standing up for yourself and not involving yourself in the old drama story, or you'd be better off if you did this. Don't you think that you should do this? How about you just do what works for you? Right? Right. So, some other stuff here, right? Potential, okay? Like I said, there is a little bit of lingering drama or cattiness or nastiness showing up for you, okay? So the potential of what's going to happen, like we already talked about it, okay? When you do your own thing, they might be jealous, right? Some people might try to talk bad about you. They might try to put words in your mouth. They might twist the story. Narcissists, it is what it is, okay? But again, don't show up to the fight, all right? I mean, shoot, look at this, air signs. Look at this. And Swords is your element, right? The mind. 3 of Swords. 4 of Swords, Five of Swords, okay? Some people aren't going to get out of their own habits. You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Sometimes you can't. Not because the dog doesn't want to learn, but because you're stubborn, okay? So don't fight stubborn energy that just wants to fight. Stubborn energy that's unstable, okay? Move away from this. This is where you get the potential, okay? So you have the potential to line yourself up for a fight. You also have the potential to choose to walk away from that fight. I suggest you choose to walk away. Walk away, air signs, walk away, okay? So your inner strength, okay? Five of Wands, okay? This is about a challenge. This is about, potentially, again, fighting. Isn't it interesting that there's 3 5s in this? There's 3 5s in this spread. Hierophant has the 5 of Swords, and then the 5 of Wands. 5, 5, 5 is representative of change, my friends, and change does not come easy. It comes with a little bit of bumps and bruises and scrapes as you walk along, okay? So with this card talking about your inner strength, this is about your strength to overcome, your ability to smile in the face of adversity, okay? It doesn't mean I'm gonna join the fight. It means I'm gonna stand back here and I'm gonna know that I don't need to be involved in this drama or in this nonsense, because the only thing it's going to bring me is more instability. All done. All done. Your inner strength is knowing by experience that if you join the party, you're just going to get crap. So, Splitsville, my friend, Splitsville. So, how can all of this help you? Where are you going to get progress? Okay, look at this. 2 of Wands in reverse. You're choosing not to show up anymore. You're not going that route anymore. This is about you picking this independent path for yourself. Again, stepping into stillness, not being a part of this drama anymore, going in a new direction that you haven't tried before. And this isn't about choosing anymore, because this card is about choices. Do I go left? Do I go right? This is about there's only one choice now, because the other path, the other choice that I have is all toxic. So it's not really a choice anyways, is it? No. This is how you progress. This is how you move forward. By seeing what happened in the past, by knowing that you're going to get the same stuff, and choosing the high road, choosing stillness, choosing to do your own thing, right? The force that you will become, okay? So the inner power that you're going to cultivate. 2 of Cups in reverse. This is telling me that you really are cutting ties with old ways that worked for other people and not for you. This could also be breaking up in a relationship. This could be family members that you're not talking to because they don't love you or support you, and whatever that looks like, okay? But this isn't about you being sad about it. This is about you cutting ties with things that are unhealthy for you, things that you've been committed to for some time that weren't serving you, okay? Notice how there's 2 in this card, but there's only 1 over here, right? So this is about you knowing that you are fine all by yourself, and you don't need to lean on old support systems built on habit, built on coulda, woulda, shouldas, and you doing your own thing, right? This is the theme all around. What is your outcome going to be, air signs? Check it out. The Strength card. All of the effort that you put forward to stay committed to your own task, to stay committed to keeping your mind fresh and positive, and to not dip back into the negative Nancy pool just because you can, and just because it's there, and just because it, for some people, might be even entertaining, okay? This is about you choosing the high road, sticking to the high road, and then really coming clear and being gone with all of this drama and insecurity and instability. Big time, big time. Air signs, this is a gift. Your evolution is a true gift to yourself, and this is going to help set you apart in the new year to be able to get everything that you want without having the tag-alongs of what you don't want. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Air signs, I hope these messages were helpful for you and give you inspiration and good momentum for the year to come. There is some work to come for you, but you know what's right for you and what's not right for you. So the decisions are going to be easy. Application might be a little bit challenging, but that's okay. You're up for the task. If you need a private session, air signs, please check me out at my website, kellyfergusonreadings.com. And of course, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and join me next week.